Hi, my name is Kumar. I'm an information security professional with about 18 years experience, and currently I'm with a leading automobile major as a security leader. And in this video, let's take a look at the cybersecurity domain. As you all know, it's one of the hotshot professions today, and there has been a lot of interest among people, among industry about cybersecurity. Given the kind of threatscape that we have today, the kind of digital threats and risks, definitely we need to protect our information, our infrastructure, our IT infrastructure. And this is very critical for business sustenance because there have been cases where business have been in serious trouble in terms of losing data, losing their operations, business operations downtime, and also getting into trouble with the regulatory authorities, and much more importantly, they lose their reputation, all because of a major security breach or a data breach. And given the concern from consumers on how big businesses protect their personal information, and a rash of privacy and security legislations about protecting information, this domain has come into a lot of focus currently. Now, cybersecurity profession is a very wide scope, has got a very wide scope, and right from programming to security of databases to the entire IT infrastructure to managing information security program, you have a very wide career choice. Depending on your interest and passion, you can pick and choose your area of specialization in cybersecurity. And we will take a look at some of the key areas in which prospective student can learn and specialize. This is not a fad. Cybersecurity domain is not a fad that will just go away in a few years. It's going to get all the more critical in whatever we do. And we are living in an increasingly digitally interconnected world where cybersecurity assumes significance. I'm sure that we all do a lot of online shopping, and you pretty much know what it involves. But are we really concerned about how big corporations handle our data that we provide, right, from banking information to personal details? So all the companies that are handling data and which are into knowledge-based industries are taking cybersecurity seriously, and they have a very well matured cybersecurity programs in place to handle their security concerns and requirements. While in the industry it's highly regulated, some of the industry sectors like banking and financial services, healthcare, medical systems are all highly regulated. There are other industries that also take up cybersecurity in a big way. So the key industries that are very keen about hiring security professionals are obviously the banking and financial services industry, defense, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, BPO, KPO, and all high-tech R&D institutions are very much keen to have security professionals with them to protect their IPs. Here we are not talking about just personal information or customer data. It's about their own very intellectual property that they develop and use it for their business success. So this domain, as I said, has a wide range of options to choose from. So those of you who are interested in programming, you can always learn the latest programming languages, and then look up to picking up a career in application security. Now, learning a language is okay, but are you coding securely? That's where the security comes into picture. Now, when you program, you have been taught in a certain way to write a program, but what is more important is to build in security elements into your programming and ensure that it is not hackable by any actor. Now, application security fits into the software lifecycle, development lifecycle, what we call as SDLC. And today, agile methodology is very common. So we are looking at integrating security in the SDLC, and that's where people make a career in application security. So that is one. The second career path is getting into the IT infrastructure, primarily your servers, your databases, your endpoint systems, your virtualized environment, and of course cloud. So each of this has multiple areas where you can specialize. And again, infrastructure security is heart and core of any company that needs to protect its IT assets. And in an increasingly interconnected world, it's all the more critical that companies take efforts to protect, because today you don't have to use bombs and guns to bring down a it's no longer a threat. Today, sitting in any corner of the world through hacking, hackers are able to create havoc. So infrastructure security has many flavors. You can always specialize in gaining knowledge in a particular domain and go ahead. For example, in cloud you have Amazon Web Services, what we call as the AWS. Then you have Microsoft Azure. Then you have Google Cloud Platform. So all of them have security aspects built into it. And also when you look at the other aspect is you will have a lot of incidents, security incidents that keep happening. For instance, it could be a innocuous virus actually creating havoc in the network, or it could be a ransomware that actually locks the computers and asks the company to give some sort of money so that they can release systems from the lock. So these are all very threats that keep evolving. Again, it needs a set of special skills to learn how to handle incidents, because you cannot avoid incidents in today's threat scenario. No company can claim that they are secure all the time. No company can be secure, and we are only building a lot of security systems, processes in place to ensure the incidents are actually reduced, the impact of incidents are reduced. So that is also one key career path where you learn a lot about how to handle incidents. And what is related to incident handling is investigations. So it's a separate field called digital forensics or cyber forensics, where you actually get into the bottom of the issue, bottom of the incident, and how to figure out what exactly happened. So cyber forensics is again a very strong career path. Beyond these, then you have the basic cybersecurity skills could be around risk assessment. How do you go about performing a risk assessment? How do you go about doing VAPT, what we call as the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing? Again, it's closely aligned with ethical hacking. So hacking is bad, but ethical hacking is good. So as the name says, ethical hacking is done in a very transparent, ethical way with the consent of the company, just to ensure how to find out how your company is secure. So to catch a thief, you think like a thief. So something like that. Being ethical hacker makes you wear the thinking hat, how your hacker would actually think and behave. So the same skill sets and tools that you will be learning, but use it for a good cause, that you do penetration testing of your network infrastructure, test of your application, your web application, and find out the loopholes and ensure you have remediation measures to fix the holes. So that is a very critical skill set in today's threat scenario. And the other aspect could be at a senior level when you grow as a cybersecurity professional. What's more important is gain management skills. So we have a domain called GRC, governance, risk and compliance. So you should know, pick up a lot of skills around how to run a security program, how to manage a risk management program for an organization. And of course you have a lot of regulations for each industry to govern. So these cybersecurity, data protection regulations and all come under the compliance bucket. So all these skills you can pick up. So whether you are a techie who's interested to get your hands dirty and get into a lot of skill building from the technology perspective, or you want to get onto management side through picking up skills around the GRC world, you are most welcome. And cybersecurity is a domain which is going to sustain for a long time. It's not a fad, and this is for it gives you career paths for a lifetime. So I would welcome all prospective students to seriously research about this domain and then come on board for a very exciting and a rewarding career path, and you would never have a reason to regret. So all the best. Thanks a lot. Bye.